Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. Big welcome to In the Know with Peter No. My name is Peter No. It's good to see everyone, and I love this time of the week as this is called a private gym time training. As you know, you are all here as workout buddies, bodybuilders in the making, and this 1 hour, 60-minute call, we usually talk about things that we don't train on. We talk about everything here, okay? Certain topics. This is probably one of the best calls here to bring anyone that you know in the gym that needs just a little extra help, extra support. And every week I do come up with a good topic. But this week, I really want to hear and talk about what does this opportunity mean to you? Opportunity. What does the Lifewave opportunity look like compared to the industry? Who is David Schmidt and what has he created really here? And does everybody really understand what they have in their hands? So let me see with a raise of hand. Does everybody understand and know exactly the opportunity you have in your hands? Show me your hands if you do, okay? We're gonna go literally bullet points down, and I'm talking about there are some bullet points, okay? Major bullet points that makes us so different than any other company, any other opportunity in the world, okay? So once I go through these bullet points, I would love to have a few people just share what this opportunity means to them, okay, as to me, okay? I'm gonna share with you what I see in this opportunity, and I'm gonna go down the list also all the time. So everybody knows I've been in the industry for almost 20 years, okay? Almost 20 years. I have been in the last 20 years probably with, I would say, more than a dozen, more than 12 companies. I've been in our terms, I've been in 12 different gyms. I've been with 12 different CEOs or publicly traded companies. I've been in 12 different type of compensation plans. I have met and built relationships with many leaders in the industry. I have learned many different work behaviors. I have learned many ways to manipulate a compensation plan. I have learned many ways how to be manipulated myself in the compensation plan. How many people can relate with that right now? Okay? How many people I have learned how to literally move numbers. I have built international teams 10 years ago. I literally moved out to Hong Kong. I only knew one person in Hong Kong. And by the time I was done in Hong Kong in 60 days, I physically lived in Hong Kong and I did not know anybody there to build a brand new Chinese lathe. And that was 10 years ago. I have learned every wrong way of how to build a business to talk about today. What makes us so special? Okay, so what really brought me now to this company, the only thing that piqued, remember everyone, what piqued Peter's interest? That might maybe be the same thing that piqued your interest. So the only thing that Marcy told me when she showed me, and this might not be the patch, I don't know where all my patches are, but when she showed me this a patch, okay? Right away when she showed me this patch and she asked me, what do I know about stem cells? Okay? Did everybody get piqued by just that one word, stem cells? Yes. So with my experience, and you can write this down, everyone, get your piece of paper out, get your pens out, so you can understand. I'm just gonna babble out bullet points, okay? What makes this so unique? When she showed me the patch and she said the word non-transdermal, the moment that came into my mind is that, wow, if nothing goes into your skin, that means there could be your prospect, the person that you're talking to, will never give you a rebuttal that it does not taste good. Because I was in many nutritional companies where they were doing nutritional products, greens, powders, energy drinks. Did anybody ever get a complaint that I don't like the taste of that thing? Raise your hand. The moment if somebody says, I don't like the taste of that, how do you rebuttal that? You can't. Because if you don't like the taste of it, immediately in their mind, they blocked off already. It was already one negative. Number one. Number two, it's not a pill. If it's not a pill, do you know that a lot of people slowly, if they think that it's a pill, and if it's a older person, a senior that is on 5 to 10 medications, the first question they ask is, what is the contraindication? So if it doesn't taste good, and if they ask, does it mess up with my other medications? How does a brand new person rebuttal that? So the one thing that really got me here is that this is the first time I've seen a patch. And this is not, remember, this is not a heat patch. This is not a CBD patch. This is not one of those Chinese patches where there's menthol inside. Does that make sense? This is not one of those patches. This is a photobiomodulation patch. So the one thing that got me first is no taste, no flavor. So when I look at that, that is my number one thing in a opportunity. The second thing I asked her was, who is behind it? When she said it was David Schmidt, and at that time it was a 15-year-old company. When she said the word 15 years old, everyone, what do you think came into my mind? The company has made it through the pioneering stage. Everyone, you don't ever, I've been with 5 startup companies. And guess what happened to those 5 startup companies? Only one made it, but the most they made it to was about $250 million. And it's now a 15-year-old company. They have never passed $250 million in the last 15 years. And all the rest of the startup companies, they get a nice push, okay? But then they always falter because it takes a lot of luck. It takes a product phase, a product profiling to get through sometimes phases in our industries. So I'm gonna go through this right now, okay? So how many of us have ever been approached, and you're gonna get this here. How many of you have ever been approached by one of your friends and go, oh my God, I'm so excited. There is this new crypto company. There's this new payment company. Monica, she's raising her hand. There's this new technology in watches. There's this new technology in weight loss. There's this new thing in skincare. How many of you have been approached by people that get so excited, but they don't understand how to look at product product, it's called product profiling. Raise your hand. If you don't understand what product profiling is, meaning that if you're going to get excited about the next new latest thing that is not the latest thing because it has competition. Every company always shares a story. Oh my God, this company has the best CEO. He's coming from the bank world. They have the most experience, but how do you know who even the CEO is? And I'm teaching you this right now today because I want you to recognize, I want to empower you how to look at and recognize what an opportunity is. Okay? So when Marcy said this was a 15-year-old company, the owner was a one-owner person. Now, why is it so important? Why is it so important to be a one owner or a individual owner and not a publicly traded company? Does someone want to unmute themselves and answer that question?
No shareholders.
Yep, they have to be answering to the shareholders, and so the shareholders' needs come above and beyond anybody in the field.
Did everybody hear that? It does not take brains to understand that. If you join a company like, I hate to say this, I'm calling you out, Herbalife, New Skin, LifeVantage, all these are publicly traded companies. Do you know what their number one thing is to do? They have to make sure that the stock price stays. All the money, the funding does not come from sales from the field. Where does the money come from? Shares being bought into the company. The compensation plan, you can look at exactly how their compensation plan is, and they do not pay out 60 cents out of the dollar like we do, because they have to pay their lawyers, their accountants, their marketing team. Does that make sense, everyone? All that takes money away from who? You. Okay? Now, we are so blessed to have David Schmidt, who physically, he is a man of vision. He physically has dedicated 2 decades of his life, because when he sold this technology to the Navy SEALs, he knew that as a scientist, everyone, as a scientist, he knew he had something that could be marketed. And because of his heart and his vision, he wanted to learn how to take this photobiomodulation technology and how to develop it even more. That's called research and development. So when he knew that he had a product that the world needed, right? Does that make sense? He created Lifewave. Now, I get a lot of questions. Peter, was Lifewave a network marketing company since the day it was incepted? Yes, it has been a network marketing company since 2004. Why is that so important to know? And how do you know if this is a good company? Because when I went to the convention, I met still the top 10 distributors that joined since 2004. If your original distributors are still here today, that means there is loyalty. And everything that I'm telling you is a bullet point for you to use to help you understand how powerful this opportunity is. Then what David Schmidt did is, because it cost a lot of money to create a company, right? It cost a lot of money to invest into patents, into doing research. So all David did is really took the company year by year by year. He created a small MLM company and he just developed it as we go. But remember, David is not a network marketing CEO. And when I learned about that, I knew now why in 15 years, this company was so under the radar because David Schmidt, he almost lost his company twice, everyone, twice, okay? Because of embezzlement and or wrong hiring, the wrong management. He was almost, they made wrong decisions, and that's why startup companies don't last maybe the first 5 years because of management, okay? Now, I want everyone to understand this. David Schmidt has never hired the right management team, and he never did the wrong MLM behaviors. What does that mean? David never bought leaders. He never ever had to buy leaders, and that's why this company never blew up like other companies, like Junes, like Monavi, like Zrees. Do you understand that, right? I'm giving you names of companies because I can tell you when I joined the industry was already bought. And I like to be this transparent to my partners, okay? I need you to understand what really the industry has happened. There has been a lot of companies that bought leaders into the industry. So basically, they basically took bodybuilders and shot steroids into these bodybuilders to show that they have so much muscles, and they use that to recruit other people. But they could never teach them how to build muscles the right way because nobody likes to be shot steroids. And I was a victim of that for many, many years. And I'm telling you my story because that's what happened to me. And that's happened to Dave. It happened to a lot of people. We have been sold a bill of goods. They have been dangling the carrot. Peter, you can do this. You can do this. But it is not fair if you find somebody else leaders to come in and then you don't get the same opportunity as somebody else. Does that make sense? Why do you now understand that Marcy and I created the 333 PPP? Because that is called skill sets. And you cannot cheat skill sets. You cannot cheat behaviors. You cannot manipulate that. You have to earn it. And everybody here is learning how to earn your own business. We all started at zero. Every single SPD, PD that you see today started at zero. The only difference between what makes Krista or April difference is just how long have you been in the industry and who do you know? Does that make sense? But how you talk to them, what you show them is all the same today. That's why we call it a clean build. It's called a clean build. So if somebody is talking to you, if there are some in another company, you can use this as a benefit to you. We build cleanly here, okay? Now, David Schmidt in 15 years, when Marcy told me that David has built this, and the only thing that we create here is called patches. What does that mean? The first thing I ask is, who is our competition? Everyone, do you like competition or don't you like competition? If everybody says, oh, I don't mind competition. Sure, that's because you have a product that has competition. Let me repeat that again. If I was so lucky, if Apple was the only phone that can offer internet on the phone, and there was no Samsung, no Nokia, no whatever, trust me, this will be $1 trillion company, more than how big it is. Okay? When Marcy told me we're the only company in the world that does photo biomodulation, and we're the only company that does stem cell activation. Our only competition, everyone, our only competition is called injections. Now, there are other companies that say they have a cream that can turn on your stem cells. There are other companies that might say they have a pill that can turn on the stem cells. I say, prove it to me and show me your patents. And then you know what they show me? They show me PubMed. That's fine, but the PubMed does not specifically say that product. We are not on PubMed. X39 is not on PubMed. GHK copper peptide is on PubMed. We just activate that peptide. Does that make sense? There is no doctors writing on X39 yet, okay? But we do have human clinical trials that David and scientists and doctors did. That is good enough. And the reason why, and I'm gonna share this too as an opportunity, the reason why David keeps all his studies so vague, is because why? We don't want to be on the radar of the FDA. Does that make sense, everyone? You don't need to prove that, okay? We have human clinical trials. Now, the next thing is when you have a single product profiling, everyone, when you have no competition, is it easy for Pomakai to go talk to someone that is in Herbalife, in New Skin, in LifeVantage, in Kangen, and other companies where they have multiple competition? And if you don't need to have sales skills, but if I can just show you something and I can prove to you that this is the only technology in the world, would it make your job easier to duplicate? Yes, it would. It's easier to recruit. Now, when this technology came out, everyone, the second thing I look at an opportunity is, I can ask Kate, hey, Kate, how many people do you know that has cells? So, Kate, how many people do you know that has cells, Kate?
Everybody.
Really? Everybody has cells? Are you sure?
Everybody need X39 stem cell activation, yes.
So, Kate, if everybody has cells, am I selling you a specific skincare that only women love to use? No.
No, it's
Am I selling you a specific diet product only certain men at certain ages can use? No. Am I selling you a HGH cream that only certain people can use? Does that make sense, everyone? Stem cell is a universal word because we all have stem cells. Now, we are called a perpetual market. Thank you, Kate. It's called a perpetual market. What does perpetual mean? Perpetual means you will never run out of people to talk to because everyone is getting older. Let me repeat that again. Everybody is getting older and everybody has cells. That means your market will never die. It will constantly grow. Now, we're now talking now in a different industry now. Who here knows someone in the beauty industry? Raise your hand. Who here knows someone in the medical industry? Raise your hand. Who here knows someone in the athlete, in the sports world? Raise your hand. Who here knows someone in the entrepreneurial industry, network marketing industry? Raise your hand. Do you see how many industries we can go into that you can talk to? That is what I call product profiling, where when you're dealing with one thing and it just is like an octopus, it can go to any different industries that you decide to choose to and focus to. That's why I say, if Mary Cope is a senior and if she's retired, go talk to retired people. If Alan is an athlete, go talk to athletes. If Kate and Cisa is a beautician, go talk to beauty people. If Dr. Harmon is a doctor, go talk to medical people. Go to your industries. It's called tap rooting. You can tap root into your industries. And everyone, I think we only have about 20 or something SKUs. We only have 20 products that is in one thing, which is patches. I've been with New Skin. I've been with LifeVantage. I've been with a couple other companies where they have anywhere from 50 to 6,000 products. If you have 6,000 products in your catalog, Krista, if you want to talk to someone, which product do you lead in with? It's called a lead in product. And if you're confused, what do you think the next person you're talking to, do you think they will be confused too? Does that make sense, everyone? That is called product profiling. So when you talk to a doTERRA company, a Amway company, ask them those questions. So if you were to approach me, which product would you come with me at? Your latest and greatest product, or the most best-selling product, or my toothpaste, my shampoo, my skincare? Okay, then I would ask you, can I get this at somewhere else? Yes. And then you have to prove to me, or you have to convince to me why your product is better than mine. Do you want to get into a convincing war when you're trying to recruit someone? Never. Never. So now do you understand product profiling? Okay? That is an opportunity. Now, when Marcy told me he's 15 years old, then I asked, who manufactures this product? Do you know David has 2 manufacturing locations, one in Ireland and one in San Diego. We make our own patches. How important was that during the COVID? When every manufacturing company, every MLM was shut down, who do you think had the most supply of products? Lifewave. Lifewave. We would never, ever shut down. We never had ingredients issues. Companies today in 2023 are still recovering from 2020. Let me repeat that again. There are companies that are still recovering from their ingredients, from sourcing, making those ingredients. There are many companies that could not come out with new product lines because of ingredients and sourcing issues. That is an opportunity. So would you want to be in a company that has everything under one roof? Or would you want to be representing a company that buys other people's technology? Do you know more than half of the company, more than half of MLM companies don't make their own products? They have to, it's called rebranding. They are buying somebody else's product and rebranding it under their name. I can even, me and Marcy can create our own MLM company. We can create our own product and we can put our name on it. We just create a compensation plan, we create a management team, and we can be our own MLM company. Would I ever want to own my MLM company? No. No. Never. Okay? That is not my job. I don't want the headaches. And trust me, David Schmidt has a lot of headaches before, okay? Until now, because he's making a lot of money now. So the next opportunity is if you go out to the field and you tell people that you're part of a 19-year-old company that has no competition, that has a technology that not even the traditional world has, not alone the MLM world, that is 100% debt-free, that has a CEO that has over 100 patents. So everyone, do you understand how important one patent is? Not alone 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30. We're talking about 100, over 100 patents. We have a patent on this for 20 years for the X39, and we're barely 2-3 years into it. So does that make sense, everyone? Do you see how powerful? And again, this hour, I'm gonna empower you. By the time we're done here, you're gonna be walking around like King Kong today because you have so many bullet points to show off to. Get it? Now, when we manufacture our own products, we back up our products. And now let's talk about the compensation plan. When I looked at the compensation plan and I go, oh my gosh, this is the first time ever that I've seen a company pay 3 ways. What does that tell me? The owner is not greedy. There is no breakage. What does a breakage mean? A breakage means this. Has anybody been with a company where they are so excited that to say, oh my God, Carolyn, I found a company, it pays 10 different ways. When somebody says they pay 10 different ways, if you don't know how to recognize the opportunity, it sounds like that you're being rewarded 10 different ways, right, Carolyn? But as an experienced network marketer, that is way wrong, because now you're telling me I have to work 10 times harder to open up the door. I have to open up 10 doors. I have to qualify 10 different ways to take the company's money. Who here wants to work harder? Raise your hand. Good. I saw Ann almost raise her hand on accident right there. I almost saw that, Ann. So I got you. Okay, so now you don't want to work harder, everyone. You don't want to work harder. You want to work effectively. You want to, in this time around, you want to work where you're learning something so fast right away that you can duplicate. And if you really follow the perfect duplication, and again, we're talking about, we're all individuals, but you just got to learn certain skill sets. That's all. It's called behaviors, right? So right out of the gate, you can learn a whole program in the first 30 days. And then it would take you 3 months to get adjusted into this lifestyle. And then it will take you another 3 months to start duplicating and building out a team. But if you only get paid 3 ways, if you only have to open up 3 doors, and to maximize the comp plan, everyone, I'm gonna test somebody. Date, what is the magic number here to maximize the comp plan? 6 and 2, everyone. 6 active, 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and develop and find your 2 builders, your 2 managers and above. Does that make sense? And if they only come in, and this is when I saw the magic number was a goal. David Schmidt literally told you to maximize the whole compensation plan. He just wants you to come in as a goal, $500, everyone. Do you know, I still get approached by companies today. They want you to invest in their highest package at $3,000 for a supplement company. Do you know how many vitamins you'll be swallowing to eat up that whole? Do you know why they do that? It's because they are greedy. They want you to buy so much products yourself, and they want you to sell. They don't want you to be a builder. They want you to be a salesman. Who wants to be a salesman? I don't want to be a salesman. I want to be a developer. I want to be a duplicator. So the less, and it's called It's called pressure. David does not put pressure and more responsibilities to you because he wants you to have a lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle. Thank you, whoever posted that. Jenny, thank you for posting that. That is your cheat sheet. All David is saying, hey, open up the 3 doors, just come in with the gold, and just be on auto ship. Use our product. And that's why to maintain it is only 1 sleeve, everyone. 55 PV will already keep you earn the points, and 55 PV, you're already earning commission. To be a builder, it is just 110 PV, everyone. Do you know in Nu Skin, to be a leader, you personally have to do 2,000 points?
It's 3.
How much is that date?
3,000 points, 3,500.
3,500 personal volume. And if you don't maintain that, you don't get the overrides. You don't get to override your team's commission. That is crazy. Do you know how hard you have to work? So that's why we grew so fast, because when I looked at, oh my God, $500 to maximize, $5 a day to maintain my account, and that's only 2 sleeves, me and my mom? Hallelujah. And I only need to have 6 people active, and I only need to build 2 people. Do you know in my career how many people I developed and I never went to the top? So many. And now this time around, it only took me and Marcy 4 and 5 months. I was Marcy's #1 on the left, and then she found Mariah on the right. And Jan, done. Marcy was done. Does that make sense, everyone? That's an opportunity. So if anybody asks you, how do you build this business? Show them this cheat sheet. Tell them exactly those bullet points I just showed you, okay? Now, the next thing is, when you belong into a 19-year-old company, and it has been under the radar for 15 years, and all of a sudden, bam, an X39 comes into the company. And in the last 4 years, everyone, probably over 1 million people joined. The company has done almost $1 billion in accumulated. If you add up the last 4 years of money, it probably is close to $1 billion, okay? I'll say in the over $600-700 million already. Do you think we are going into momentum right now? Isn't it exciting to be in a stable, debt-free company going into momentum instead of being in a startup company? Because if you're in a startup company and you grow too fast, what happens? Things can collapse because they are not stable. Remember, this is X39 is not the first patch. We have other patches. So that means people understand that we are a product profiling company with one product profile but multiple patches. So now, who is our market? Who is mostly our market now? Is seniors. Why is this product so good? It's because if I share this with Bob, if I share this with Pat Tom, if I share this with Carolyn, and Bob, Pat Tom, and Carolyn are on some kind of a pharmaceutical or medication, and all of a sudden their organ starts to repair, and all of a sudden they feel better, their blood pressure goes down, their sugar level goes down, their cholesterol goes down, their headache goes away, and slowly they start getting off of medications, and then we're starting to shift them from medications to here. Why do you think our auto ship is so strong? because of that. And we all know how big the pharmaceutical industry is, right? Trillions in dollars. We don't need a trillions of dollars, everyone. We just need that little 0.001% of that to be a multi-billion dollar brand. Billion-dollar brand. I don't care if you're brand new here. If you're a guest here, kudos to you. You are part of a team. You're part of a company that is in momentum that will be a multi-billion dollar brand. Is that an opportunity, or does that sound like an opportunity to you? Yes. The only way that you can take advantage of the opportunity is what? Go share. Share the opportunity. Share what you're learning. Does that make sense, everyone? You're constantly sharing, and that's how you're building. Okay? Now, the next thing is, I'm going to finish up the comp plan. When I saw that we get paid 3 ways. Number 1 way is to bring in people. Number 2 way is to build out the binary, left and right. And number 3 way is getting paid on the overrides for duplicating. If that's all you have to do, and if that is what other people will hear you do, and if it takes you 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years to get you to make more money than your job, that means you have retired. Does everybody understand that? If you make more money here and it took you so long to do it, and then you retire, for example, if you know someone that is making $3,000 a month on their job, I'm not even gonna say 3,000, I'm gonna up it up a little bit, $5,000. If somebody you know is making $60,000 a year in their job, and they come here and they work this spare time is only a couple hours a day to a couple hours a week, because the program is so simple to add into there. And what if it took them 2 years? Michael, what if it took you 2 years to learn how to make $5,000 a day spare time? And now you're making $5,000 from your job, and now you're making $5,000 a month in your spare time business. Now Michael has a decision to make. Does he want to retire from his job? Why? Yes, because he's working 40 hours a week here, and he's only working 4 hours a week here. Does that make sense, everyone? That is the power of network marketing. That is an opportunity. So you can use that to talk to people that have jobs. Hey, Michael, if I can show you an opportunity, it might cost you $500 to join a business, which is a tax write-off, right? It costs you $5 a day to maintain your business and your health. Check that out. And if I can show you how to build a business spare time, how much would you like to make sure that it's a success for you? Oh, Peter, if I can replace half of my income of my job, I will be in with you. Notice I didn't say one thing. Notice I didn't say, Michael, come in with a diamond pack and you're gonna become SPD and then you're gonna make $100,000 a month next year. Did I say that? No. I said, what if you have this much to join, it costs you this much to maintain, you get this benefits, and I'm gonna show you a system where you can build yourself, leverage yourself, duplicate a system, and in the spare time, what if you can make half of your job income during that time with me? What if it takes you a year? What if it takes you 2 years to get there? Would you be open to that? That is called managing your expectation to that person, right? Now, Michael, what if it took 3 years? or 4 years? Is that still okay? Of course, because I have personally seen everyone. Check this out. In my old company, I have personally known people that are still there for 10 years. 10 years. And they're still only making 200 to 300 a month. I know, Carolyn. No, that is not good. That is either the company's no good, the comp plan's no good, the culture's no good, everything's no good. And when I say no good, I'm calling them out because it's such a waste of time. Such a waste of time. I do not, if I care about you, do I want to waste your time? No. If I care about you, I want to buy back your time. I want to give you time. So when anytime somebody tells me that they're in this kind of company and they're still excited this long, I let them have it. I let them know. I am very direct because there'll only be that one time that I can get to you because I want to save you time. Wow, where did the time go? So, does everybody now see what an opportunity look like? Okay, so I'm going to take the rest of the 10 minutes and I want to hear from someone which part of this opportunity resonated with your heart. Which one really resonated with you that you can share with others? Anyone, just unmute yourself if you want to share.
Be a builder, not a seller. That really hit me.
Amen.
That's
Now,
like the light bulb turned on.
so being a builder, everyone, and thank you for sharing that. Being a builder is having a system and a culture and a team to educate everyone. Sales, the definition of sales is effective communication, but we don't want to be a salesperson. We want to learn how to effectively communicate using behaviors and tools. So whoever said that, kudos to you, okay? You've got it. Next, who here wants to share what resonated?
Peter,
Yes.
Peter, it's Diane. I will. When you just said, when you're talking to somebody, if I care about you, why would I waste your time? So I have a friend in Colorado. She's so hesitant because she's on a very fixed budget. She doesn't even know if she can make the $300. And I said, listen, Ann, I kind of use that, what you just said. And now I'm going to call her back again this afternoon and just sort of encourage it. So thank you for saying that.
And then Diane, and I would even go deeper. So if you cannot afford $300 today, Diane, what makes to get you where you need to be? Number one, what makes you think that you're not going to need $300 a year from today, 2 years from today? What if I can show you how to make that extra $300? Now, if you cannot make that $300, Diane, what if I can show you how to save $300 with this technology?
Okay.
Do you know how you save $300 with this technology? Let's list everything that is in your medicine cabinet.
Oh.
Let's list everything that you're taking from your hair, your nails, your skin, your pain. How many medications are you on again? What is your diet on your food again? Are you still drinking that Starbucks coffee? Are you still drinking that Red Bull energy drink? Are you still taking that sleeping pill? Are you still taking that weight loss product? Are you still taking that hair loss product? Do you understand where I'm going at?
Right.
If they cannot make money, let me show you how to save money so you can save that money to buy that $300 package for your business. And then let me show you how to save in taxes now. This is a tax write-off. That $300 investment in your stem cell activation can save you $30,000 in taxes. Does that make sense, everyone? So it's how you message the opportunity. And thank you, Diane, for sharing that, because a lot of people relate with that. Who's next? Who here wants to share what resonated with them?
Hey, Peter, I just want to say the thing that resonates with me is, replacing the income like the jobs you have. And the main thing is eliminating trading hours for dollars. And you have, that's it. Freedom.
Freedom, everyone. Everybody. I want you all to know what Michael just said right now. This is huge. We understand training, you can overtrain, you can overstimulate, you can do too much. Who here has done too much in their life? Raise their hand. In network marketing, that could be a double-edged sword. And I'll give you another example. When I was in New Skin, when I was in other companies, holy cow, they would train you till the break of dawn. Training is kind of programming you. The only thing that we're going to train you on is called behaviors, money-making activities, things that you need to do to convert people into business. Things, skill sets. We're going to train you skill sets so you can learn what you don't know yet, to connect, to communicate and duplicate. We will never, ever overtrain you. This is not even training here. I'm just telling you what's on my mind, okay? And if you're gonna train here with me for an hour a week, that is better than being trained for 5 and 10 hours a week and still don't know how to train other trainers. Does that make sense? So to me, training, you only gotta learn so many things here. Thank you, Michael, for talking about that, because there are so many people that are overtrained and they don't do what? They don't do action. Action. What was that phrase, Michael? There's a phrase like when you read too many books but you don't apply what you learn. There's some kind of a word for that. I forgot what it is. Okay. I don't know, stagnant, but you could be, some people are what do you call self-improve so much, but they don't apply what they learn. That means you're not learning anything. Okay. I went into that mode. I thought I had to go to every motivational, every convention, learn from every guru there is, but then I was stuck. Okay. Analysis paralysis. That's what it was called. Analysis paralysis. You can be paralyzed with too much analogies or analysis, okay? Which we don't want here. Over here, we want you to make your database, get uncomfortable, go into the field, and just duplicate what we've learned and how to support you, okay? Thank you, Michael. Great one. Next.
All right, Peter, this is Dave. What resonated with me with this opportunity is that I don't do what works. I do what duplicates. Everybody know how to do what works. Then when you celebrate it, you only do it with yourself. So the only way I know that everybody can do what you do. So this way, when you're on stage, you're not the only one who celebrates. Because we all been there. We can work hard, but there's nobody else can do it out there.
I love what Dave said, and that in terms is called posturing. Posturing, everyone. When somebody tells you, and notice that Marcy and I never say, we did this so fast, we do this. We don't say that. We just use it as credibility. I would never want to say, we did this, and this way, okay? Because if the other person cannot do what you do, if you posture so much, that could literally discourage them. Notice that, right? That's why you notice there's a lot of leaders that say, you can be an SPD. You can be this in a month, in 6 months, because we did it. We did it. I never say that you did what we do. I actually tell you, you cannot do what me and Marcy did. Straight up. I only tell you, learn the things you need to learn, and in your due time, you will get to where you need to be. Don't ever posture. Posturing can hurt people. Posturing and convincing people to tell them who you are, how strong you are, that can hurt a lot of people because they can never compare to you. And it has happened to me in my previous lifetime. People always like, my friends never join me because they're like, Peter, you're too good. You're too strong. You're too great. I cannot talk like you. I cannot present like you. I cannot understand a comp plan like you. So I'd rather say no to you now. And I always wonder, how come my friends never join me? It's because they respect me. They'd rather not let me down. Get it? So they'd rather say no. So now I am the simple Peter. I am just Peter. Okay? I am just you. I'm just here to teach you what you need to know, but I would never posture myself for this team or the whole company. I just want people to know that you can do this. How do I know? Can you ask someone, what do you know about stem cells? Can you send a text on a video? Can you get someone on a podcast? Because I can, Carol can, Alan can, Paul Mackay can, Joanne can, Francis can, so can you. If you can do it, the other person can do it. If they can see you do it, that's called duplication. Does that make sense, everyone? That is where you want to be. And that's why I love this community, because we're all doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. The one thing that you're not doing, the one thing that all 50,000 of us are now not doing, is you're not presenting on stage. You're not constantly sharing your story on a platform. Okay? You're not convincing, you're not posturing to anyone. And that takes a lot of responsibilities away for the brand new person to just go, oh my God, this is so refreshing. I love this. I can do this. You just want them to say 3 things. Can I do this? Is it worth my time to do it? And am I willing to do it? Remember that, okay? Those are the 3 things that anyone's gonna ask. So thank you for sharing that. Last question, last one, everyone. Who wants to share what resonated with them? Last person. 3, no one? 2. Maria?
We
What's
have
your-
a perpetual market.
Perpetual market. Yes, that is very important, okay? Our company would never, ever, 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 ever run out of people.
Yay.
Our product line will never, ever, 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 ever die. There's no smell, no taste. Everyone can learn how to peel a sticker. A 10-year-old can do it, and a 110-year-old can do it. That means everyone would never question it. The only question that anyone will ever ask you is, will this work for me? Yes, it will, because you have cells, you have peptides. The only thing that you need to know is, what is your experience? Because our bodies are all different. So Krista, last one for you, and we're gonna call it a day.
There's no other product like it in the entire world.
Amen, everyone. There is no other product. There is no X34. There's no X40 out there. There is no other photobiomodulation stem cell activation patch, Krista. There is only one Lifewave. There's one X39, okay? And this is the most affordable health technology that is going down to the cellular level, that we have every evidence to prove to you that it works, from the patents down to real users, down to a whole community that can just show you. So everyone, today, do you feel a little bit more confident that you have the most powerful opportunity in the health and wealth space? Raise your hand. Thank
Yes.
you. Okay. You are 1000% armed, ready to go. All I'm asking you today is June 14th, July 14th, August 14th, September 14th, October 14th. Our convention starts at October 12th. We have 4 months left, but we only have 3.5 months of building to get to where you need to be. Make sure you register. Get your registration. Make sure you get your Airbnb, your hotel. If there is no hotel rooms, find somebody else. Bunk with somebody else. If you need to, call me, but my room is booked already too, okay? There are many, many rooms. So find your way how to get there. If you cannot get there, you will be streaming at home. The one thing I'm gonna tell everyone here is this. After October, Team Evolve will never ever look the same again. After October, Team Evolve will be the most complete team ever, meaning we'll be the most powerful team in the whole Lifewave. Our whole biz site, our business testimonial, our health testimonial, our website, everything that you see here in the gym, our beauty podcast will be exploding. I am going to work double, triple harder in the next 3.5 months to make sure that my first generation, my second generation, and my third generation knows exactly what to do and how to be supported. And every week, just on these calls here, bring your people on. Every day, I encourage you, get more people on the podcast. Did you know yesterday on Dr. Stacy's call, there was 419 people on Dr. Stacy's call? Do you know how crazy that is? That means we are growing, okay, everyone? So I just want to say thank you for all you do. I want to thank all the supporting cast here. You know who you are, okay? Heidi, thank you for always posting all those things up for us. Everybody, you know who you are. You're all part of this beautiful, I call this ecosystem, okay? And get ready for the next, the June 25th is the last day of the incentive run. So make sure if you still want to collect some bonus money, you have till next Sunday is the last day, okay? Next week, on next Wednesday, will be the Connect with Lifewave. I'll see everybody on there. I love you, and I'm gonna see you tonight with Dr. Harmon. Tonight is the last Wednesday testimonial call. The next Wednesday after that, we will be doing business podcast Wednesdays, okay, everybody? So get ready for some changes. I love it. Have a nice afternoon. I'll see you tonight. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Peter.
Bye. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Peter.
Thanks, Peter. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.